Hi everyone, it's Cherie from Paper Pieces and Leftovers, and this is the last bear that goes with the set from MarjorieAnnDesigns.com. It is the file called Franklin Winter Ice Cream Shop. I'm just trying to get the bear number. I want to say it's bear number 4, but I don't want to assume, so I'm going to pull it up real quick in Design Space, and it is bear number 4. So I'm not going to glue this down in the video just because I want to flatten it a little bit more, since in the live I told you go ahead and use Morning Dew. It dries clear, Nuvo drops, crystal drops. I've had these, I have bottles and bottles. I actually sent some to a friend in a care package because I order them in bulk. And this is dry piecing. I made sure I had all my pieces. I just didn't realize I was missing the spoon from the last video, otherwise I would have had it. But I just wanted to let you guys know I did do the little guy, and also this is Nuvo drops. He has a yellow pigment to him, and that is a new bottle. So just be careful with Nuvo drops. It's up to you. I mean, it's not, nobody's going to notice, and what ice cream is really white, right? But anyhow, Franklin always goes together the same. I will say it every video unless he is sitting on something. So we're going to glue his legs down. And this is the color caramel, but 12 by 12 cardstock shop is out of it, which American Crafts makes it. I did message her to see if she can give us an estimated date on when it'll be back, but I am actually switching over to Encore's brown sugar. It is a lot softer, but remember, if you want to darken it, just use a darker chalk or ink going around the edges, and that will give the effect of your piece being darker. But this is brown sugar right here. Let me put it up. So it's a more golden color, and I'm fine with that. Franklin doesn't necessarily need to be this brown. It's, once again, though, whatever your preference is. It's not mine or anybody else's. And if you stick to Franklin, I would recommend sticking to one set of paper, not to change it. I have plenty of caramel, so I'm in the safe zone because I've ordered it for ever since I can remember in 25 packs. But when I get low, like what happened with the peach, then I've already got my backup plan. And I have 100 sheets of the brown sugar. My goal is to get a couple cut out. You guys know that I pre-cut out my Franklins by the batches of, I think I do 25 at a time. So I have so many in caramel. I'm just going to have to do the brown sugar so I can hold one next to the other to show you guys the difference. And if you don't want your usual color of brown, then ink, then I recommend lightening it and just play around with pieces. So I did his legs, his ears, and his ear pads. Let's go ahead and put his feet on and then his body. He has a scarf, so that's going to go down before his head. And we will put his arms on, just because in the last video I did say it is a lot easier to put his arms on before the scarf, because if you glue the whole backside of the scarf guessing where it goes, it's going to get all over your fingers and you're going to probably have little sticky spots everywhere. I just dropped something. At least I thought I did. Oh, there it is. It's the hand. All right. It was stuck to the back, and I thought I saw it in the corner of my eye fly across, and I did. I just had to find it. It was in my shirt. I use art glitter glue, but you can use any glue. I did have somebody ask about Aleene's tacky glue. Honestly, I don't know. Give me just a moment and I'll grab a, let me see if I can find it. I didn't see it. Okay. Ow, that hurt. There we go. I don't know how Aleene's tacky glue will work. Beacon's 3-in-1 glue if you want the glue effect and not something so liquidy or watery. Also, I use this, And I use this more so on my mats, my photo mats, because it doesn't cause the rippling. Anytime you put anything wet on paper, you take the chance of it doing that. This I actually found at Dollar Tree, and it is Beacon, just like the Beacon 3-in-1. If you don't want to spend a fortune on glue, the Beacon, because it can be expensive, I think it's like $7.99 or $8.99 a bottle, use your coupon. Take a friend with you and have them check out with another glue bottle. And it's Beacon's 3-in-1. It's a clear glue bottle with a red lid. Also, I imported him into Cricut Design Space at 8.75, and I let, for the width, I let the height auto adjust. I don't ever take the lock off unless I'm importing a square and I need to splice something. That's really the only time I take that lock off, because it will distort your pieces. So if you increase the width, it's not going to increase the height, and you're going to have a little guy that's real wide. Now, I'm going to put his scarf on now that I got the legs, the feet, the body. I did his arms, his ears, and his ear pads. Now we'll do the scarf. Let me pull it back up just to make sure I get it in the right order. And I think I got it, but I don't ever want to assume, because all it is one misstep and you end up with something that's really, really off. Now, we are going to turn this a little bit out so we don't have to cover this in glue completely. His little hand, and if you want to change the colors, you can. I'm actually going to do another set in either a really light purple intil or a pink intil, but I want to do alternate sets with alternate colors just to soften it some. Now we're going to, I cut this. This is actually an oval. Since I am going to be doing other sets, since I have orders for them, why not get 2 uses out of 1 piece of paper? Because it's the same size. If you cut it in half, you don't need the whole piece. I'm just eyeballing it. I know in the picture it's even with the top of the ears, but I'm actually lowering it a little just because I don't want it so protruding so much out of the top. That's all. I pre-did my faces in my live video. I know it was 2 hours and 15 minutes long, but it was fun. You guys all interacted. And I know a lot of you guys had appointments and other obligations and said you'll catch the next one. If you watch it and you think of anything that didn't get covered, feel free to ask. And you see what I did? I did not put that high enough. So what we're going to do is adjust it. And in the last video, I showed you guys about the tweezers. They will be your best friend. And that was my fault for not double checking that. There we go. Easy, easy. And part of it also is because I hadn't pushed down with my glue. I don't go push down with the bone folder right away. Just because if that happens, you saw that it was already starting to dry, and there's my bone folder. What saved me is I hadn't actually connected all my pieces yet. And I want to say that this is my Barely Art glue, but I took the sticker off just because it was getting in my way. And that's also what gave me a little bit more time. But I'll go ahead and detail him up after. I just wanted you guys to see which way to piece him. And also, like I said, I'm not gluing my snowman down yet because I need to flatten him out a little bit before I try to put him down. Just because I don't want him curling up even more since it's going to go in somebody's scrapbook. She sends me pictures of her little layouts after she uses Franklin, and she always tells me Franklin saves the day. Her layouts are so cute. And I'm just like, I'm part of that, even though that's, you know, it makes my heart tickle. So we're not going to glue the hand. We're going to glue it onto him, but then what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you guys something, you can put it in a book to flatten him out. Or since we've been all scrapbooking for 150 years, Your acrylic blocks will be your best friend. I generally put my pieces in them overnight. And you don't want to use something that has anything on it just to be safe. But now I'll leave it in here for a while and it will help flatten it out. I don't really ever bend my pieces because I don't want to overcorrect them. But here he is done for the most part. All I have to do is glue his little hand and his ice cream to him, and he's so adorable. Any questions, let me know. Caramel paper for the body, American Crafts, and then for your ear pads, it's American Crafts blush that I used, but pink champagne in the Encore. And if you want Franklin a little darker, you can use hazelnut, and that's by Encore. This red is pomegranate by Basil. This is gray blue by Encore. Regular white textured cardstock. This lighter cardstock is oatmeal, but it would be winter wheat by Encore. And I went around it with Memento peanut brittle to give it a wood effect, because you can change the appearance of your paper by changing the color of your inks. Any questions, feel free to ask. Have a good day, guys.